What's up guys, I'm back to another big scary video, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make thumbnails. So yeah, I'm going to be teaching you how to make thumbnails inside of Pixlr, which is free. It's called Pixlr.com. It's free. So let's just get straight to the tutorial. Okay, so you guys want to know how to make good thumbnails for big scary videos. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. So first, you gotta get your background photo. So I would go to the Big Scary editing server, link in the description, for a background photo and images of whatever you need. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this level 7 background for like the new level 7 challenge background. You wanna make sure that's full HD before you click it. Okay, so now that you have your image, now what I usually do, I just click auto. You go to you click adjustment and then you click auto pop. It makes your image look a lot brighter. Or if you don't like this, I would just go to filter and then click details and then click sharpen and then make that like halfway, like 50, like right there. You see how much better that makes your quality of your image. You can do any other things you want to do with this, like you can make it, you can go to brightness, and then you can go to brightness, you can make it brighter if you want. I'm going to do that, and you can add contrast, just to make it a little bit like darker and scarier if you want to. I'm personally not going to add a contrast because I don't really like it that much. So, you click apply, and then boom, you have your background. Now to add text. So, I'm just going to say a random text, like so. So I'm just going to put like level 8 with it. And then I'm going to make it bigger. I usually put text like right on the top and like curve it. You always want to put your text on the top somewhere over here. And then to make your text look a lot better, like brighter and stuff, I would use styles. You could outline and then always make the outline black. Or if you want to make it outline white, sometimes it looks better. We'll click shadow. And then, you know, it gives it the shadow. If you want your text to have color, just click fill, and then you click gradient, and then if you want to have a gradient, you can. I personally like gradient because it's a lot better. So I'm just going to pick a random gradient color that's in here. I personally like this one. This one like looks really cool. But you can pick any of them if you want to. Okay, so if you want to add glow to the text, I would just, you know, turn the shadow on, distance to 0, and then you will make this like the text color or somewhere, so wherever you want to make it. I'm going to make it the text color just because it makes it look better. If you want to make the opacity 100, I wouldn't do that. I would do like 60 or like 70. And then the blur, I would keep it at like 40. 40 is perfect. Like boom right there. And now you're going to need a picture of your character. So you want to go to meta.com/gallery and log in with your Meta account. And once you're logged in, you can see your pictures from your camera mod will save to your meta gallery, so you just want to pick one of these ones, which I'm just gonna pick this image right here. And to remove backgrounds, I would go to photoroom.com/tool/background remover. I'll put the link to Pixlr, and I'll put the link to the background remover inside the description. And then see how much better it makes your player. This one makes your player model look very better. If you want to rename it, I'd go to edit cutout and then just click download, and then just, you know, right here, delete all that, and just name it like boom running angle, something like that. But then you want to go to Pixlr, click on your download, and just drag. Okay, it's not done downloading. I'll wait for that, I guess. Open it, and then boom, you imported your player. Okay, to layer this stuff, I would move your player above the text because it makes it look a lot like better. You want to size it down a little bit if you want to. I do like right there. That's good enough. To make your players look really high quality and realistic, I do filter, details, sharpen again, and then you want to make it to like 50. You want to make it to like 40 again. I'll do 40. And if you want to use auto pop, you can. It makes your player look brighter and like more highlighted. I sometimes do that, but I'm only going to use brightness this time, so I'm just going to go to brightness and just brighten it up a little bit. Then sometimes I use contrast to make the player look a little bit darker, so like perfectly right there. Okay, let's get on to shading. So to shade, you want to go to this little half circle right here, click on it. It'll click darken, highlights, go to the brush. I'd make the softness whatever you want, like 60%, and then make it make the size 60. I usually start at the neck, so you want to go to the edge of your back of your neck and just, you know, highlight it a couple times, and then you go to and then you just like do some shading around the neck right here. So boom, we have some shading around the neck. See how much it makes your player look very smooth. And what I usually do also is just put some shading on the ears, on my hat. Next I'm going to do shadowing on my wrists, so like right under my hand, like right here. now it looks a lot better because it's more shaded. Now over here, anywhere that's like supposed to be shadowed and like creased, like these arms and the armpits, I would do that as shadowing. So. And boom, and the shadowing, look how much better it makes you. This makes your player look so much better, like if you can already tell. And now for everybody that's wondering how to add the white like outline to it, you click filter, drop shadow, make these both 0, blur to 0, opacity to 100, and make the color white. And now for offset Y, I would just drag it and make it -2 or -3. You can do either one. I'm gonna use -2. And now you have the white outline, which makes your player like stand out more. I recently started adding glow to my text right here on my name, so let's just do that for you guys if you want to do that. So click this brush tool, and a little brush right here under the sun, and then you click opacity and make that 35%. Go to brush and make it, you know, whatever you want to do, whatever makes you, whatever you want to do. And I would make the size like right above your text, like the S. It's like perfectly so. And now you just want to drag it across. And now you want to click on your layer, and then you just want to drag it across the name twice. I drag it across the name twice, just like that. And see, and now your text is glowing, which is, you know, cool. And now, if you want to add the Big Scary logo, you also go to the Big Scary editing server and just add the Big Scary logo in the corner. If you want to drag and click add to current. If you want to add images, I'd click add to current, so it adds it to the exact images that I'm adding it to new. I'm gonna drag this to the corner. To make your Big Scary like logo look a lot stand out more, I would click filter, drop shadow, make these both 0, blur, and make the color white, and then add opacity to it like 75%, and then add like a 12 blur, just like this. So now your text is glowing, which is very cool. In Pixlr, if you want to have your player like shadow on the ground, you just want to copy and paste your player, put it in the same exact position that it's in, and then you want to click this lock button, and then you just want to click the corner. You want to hold the corner and just drag it down, and then this line will just guide you to keep it in the same position that it was. So let's drop it like right. Let's drop it right there. So I'm gonna do a little bit lower, like right there. So now you want to drag this and lower it behind your player, and then you want to go to adjustment, hue and saturation, lightness all the way down, and you see it adds your shadow. And now to make it blur, I go to filter, details, and blur, and then add the blur. And boom, you have a shadow to your player. This just makes your thumbnails look a little bit more realistic. That's basically it for today's tutorial. Let's head back to Big Scary. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If this video helped you a bunch, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Also, I really want to make my fan codes official. Code SKVR is what I'm always record videos in. If you want to meet me, just run code SKVR. It's my fan code. So, see you guys in the next video. Peace out.